Hello, my name is Kathleen Judd, and I am coming to you from Raleigh, North Carolina. Raleigh, or North Carolina, is on the east coast of the United States. I would like to give you testimony for the course through ClearSight that I have taken. Actually, it has been quite remarkable, and I have some quite astounding results. But first, I would like to go back in time to when I was born to give you a history of what happened with my eyes and the problems that I've had actually throughout my lifetime. When I was 9 years old, I had a minor head injury, and my father took me to an eye specialist, and the eye specialist checked me and discovered that my right eye was turning in. And then he discovered other problems. I have stigmatism, I'm farsighted, and trying to be able to see with both eyes balanced. I wasn't able to do that. And the doctor at that time said that the eye problems, some of the eye problems, go way back to probably when I was born. And he wanted to know if I knew of anything that had happened to me. Well, my dad was with me, and he did. And it's quite interesting. Of course, I was 3 months old. There were two occurrences, and I don't remember them, but I know you, being small or a child, those seeds are going to be planted in you. And what happened was, and it was beginning of the 3 months. And at that time, just one day, just started crying and couldn't stop. And my father had checked and noticed that the glands around my right ear were swollen really bad. So he took me to the emergency room, and they were able to get the swelling down. And then they sent me they were able to take care of that, and then my dad took me home, and that seemed to be okay. Then about 2 weeks later, the pediatrician told my mother to give me orange juice, and I took one sip and started to swell. My whole face, I was hideous. I looked like a monster. And my dad, again, the hospital was 10 minutes away, got me there. And turned out I had an allergy, serious allergy. And starting from there, as I was able to, I started going for several years through the blood test and discovered that I had not only some food allergies, but just a lot of allergies for the swelling. Now, going back to age 9, when I was with the doctor, he had an assistant who was Chinese, and he fully believed that he could cure my eye problems, where I could see clearly, with the help of his assistant. And at that time, I was doing a lot of the tools that you have presented in the course. So I've been doing this for years. It's quite interesting because I learned about palming, sunning, and I learned with the black patches, and then exercises to do to strengthen the muscles around my eyes. Within a year, I was fine. And from then on, I did not really have any problems until around the year 2005. Now I'm going to go back. Something which my dad knew, because this doctor also said, what caused her problems when she was 3 months? And then my father knew this, but there was a serious problems with my mother, my birth mother. She rejected me when I was born. She really didn't want me, but I was there. And I know when I was 4, she told me that she did not really want me. And my basically my upbringing was by men, my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, and then later my husband, my son, and my brother. I had no upbringing with female. And there were other things that my mother throughout my life would do to me. And mainly, I just sort of divorced myself from her. She really didn't have anything to do with my upbringing. It was more of emotional abuse. She never really hurt me or hit me or any of that, except between the age of 2 and 4, when we would go out, or she had to take me out and didn't have anyone else to look after me, she would put me in a harness. And when she would go to a store, I would be tied up. So she did that. And then going through life, and I don't want it to sound like, you're young, you bounce back. You don't feel it as much as you do when you're older. And because I had such tremendous love for my father, my grandfather, and given me really good morals and a great upbringing, I had a great childhood, and have really not too much of a memory from my mother, except the things that she did to me. So my problems, especially with my eyes, as you have said throughout the course, was emotional, extreme emotional. And when I was 18, I wasn't feeling good, and I was given Tylenol. And within 2 seconds, my face started swelling again. And here I go back to the hospital. Discovered that I am allergic to most medicines. I cannot walk into a drugstore and buy anything off the shelf. The doctor can't prescribe. So I've been on homeopathic most of my life. And because of that, and I was tested not too long ago, I am chemical free. I never get sick. I have perfect attendance through school. I just have the problems with the swelling. And that involves having to get oxygen, which I keep here. And, as you have said, you set up trigger points. I get stressed. Just think of my mother, have a confrontation with her, I swell. And, but still, all the way up. Now, I better go back. At this time, I am 78 years old. And when, around 2005, my husband was dying. I had already lost my father, and my grandfather, which was very traumatic for me. My eyesight, at that time, I got cataracts. So my eyesight started getting worse. And I knew what to do. I knew the exercises to do, and I would do them, but not as much as I should have because of the traumas I was going through, and traumas that I won't mention that my mother would still try to do to me. Now, knowing, being told constantly by my son, very wise, and my brother, what I was doing to myself and what I needed to do. And you just don't always see it. I'm on this road that has no ending. I'm on the wrong road. But because of your course, I've sort of gotten back on the right road. And it's really kind of, there's a certain calmness, there's a certain relief and excitement about this. Now, in doing the course, my favorite, of course, was the emotional. And the emotional tools that you gave me, especially working with the alphabet, was just tremendous for me. And I have a lot of work to do with that because I had some incredible results with that. I'm still astounded because some of the earlier things that my mother's done to me, I can't remember them anymore. It's like they're just going. And the results I will tell you, and there's one that's just absolutely incredible to me anyway, but of course I'm seeing better. I'm back doing the exercising. The sunning is a little, I have to get sort of creative with the sunning because where I am, we have temperatures like today, it's getting up to 100. And when I do sunning, I really have to do it with the sun coming up. But I use the artificial lights. I've had training on that in the past, and that works. And doing all of the exercises that you have, a lot of them, I know I've done. But the one thing that I really like is you're giving explanations about our eyes, doing the exercises. That really has helped me a great deal, because usually if I want to learn how to do something, I have to search it, or because I want to know why, what's behind this, what does it mean? And you give me that. And it's really, really great to have that. But I find that I'm starting to be able to sleep at night. And that is, you wake up and it just a good night's sleep. So that's one. Plus, toxins are coming out. I wake up and there's toxins coming out of my, just my eyes, eyelid are coated. And this is almost every day. And then some of the exercises, especially with the alphabet, after I do that, and then I'm doing the palming, more toxins are coming out. That I don't understand why. I haven't looked into that, but I feel better. My eyes feel lighter, and that's a really, really great, I think. It's just a great thing to happen. I'm having flashes to where I can see clearly just for a second. And one thing I do know, because of results that I've had, this works. This works for me. It has given me the initiative. It has given me the passion to do this. All of the other modules are all great. The mental is really great. It's something that I've gone through too and had training. And I know that with the mental, because I have a high sense tolerance of pain, which I have to have. And say an example, which I have learned from the course, is if I burn my finger, a minor burn, I can't let that thought get to my mind, because if I do, then I feel the pain. But if I ignore it, I know it's there and I treat it, but I'm doing something else, I don't feel any pain. And I just find that that's really interesting, what I'm starting to set up patterns and what to do every day. And it's something that I don't even have to think about. I need to do this. I just seem to know what to do. And I know it's going to work. I know I have a lot more work to do. The biggest thing that happened after, which just happened a week ago, is I sat down and I cried. And then I really cried. And then when I was crying, I was laughing because I was crying. What's key about this is that I have not been able to cry since 2005. I really, even showing emotions, and I'm doing that now. Kind of feel great. It's a different feeling, but I like it. And so I can say that this has just been incredible for me. To say anything that I have rejected, there isn't anything. The only thing I have modified is doing the toxins or the salt baths. Right now, those don't work for me, and my allergist doesn't want to do that. But what I have been doing, and I've been doing it for 20 years, are the ionic foot baths. We have a place, because the main training center for this is in Raleigh, which I'm lucky. And I've gone there, but now they've come out with the tubs you can buy yourself. You have to do muscle testing, but that is really great, because after I go through that, it gets rid of the toxins. You have mental clarity, you sleep better, you feel good. But the main reason that my doctor pushed me to do this is that any swelling goes down. Now, one other key thing is that I think it was yesterday, I started to get a little stressed. And all it would take for me to feel stressed is for my glands to start to swell. There was a little flicker, but I didn't have any swelling. It didn't do it. And I was able to get away from that. And, I thought, wow, this is, I just have no words except to say thank you. And I think that which I know I can, but this is the first course that I have had where I have the trust and I know that it's going to work. And I know I'm going to do the work. Still have a lot of emotional. I have one key thing which I realized, and I think it's something that my family's been trying to tell me, but it's a problem with females. I do not have one female friend. And when I start to get close to someone, I run. Really got really good at running. I'm real expert on that. Everything in the emotional corresponding to the eye problem that you have indicated, which your character, 100% true for me, what I've done. And I'm going to start changing that. And I know I have the support there. I know I can do it. Just hopefully maybe cultivate a female friend. So that's been hard for me to come on and communicate. But from the first time I came on, I felt complete trust. And that's another big one for me. So a lot of good things happening. Like I said, I would recommend this to anyone. I hope I did this right. I don't know if I've missed anything. I would like to say thank you for this and for being able to find it. And mainly because I feel like you've given me my life back and helping me to create a life. I have been a professional. I'm out of that. And my avocation was doing portraits. That was squished by my mother. But now, because I've had education for that, I hope to get back to that once I can see out of my right eye. My right eye has gotten to be really bad to where I could not see. My left eye is good, but the right eye has been a real struggle to see. But wow, I'm farsighted. I can see further. And that has improved more, but I can pick up my cell phone and read what's on it without using a magnifying glass. And every day I see improvements. And so I am going to stay with it. I thank you again. And I hope to have, which I know I will have more results coming in the future. So again, I thank you very much.